I know what she means is when I do this.
Yeah.
But even for the sake of you hearing it, and for your unconscious to hear it, for it to slowly allow in a little if I wanted it to, because this issue is making me feel so lost and down, and like I don't want to keep going. Maybe I could experiment with the idea that some people aren't doing this at this stage in their life, and maybe there is something I could be doing differently. Yeah. So it's more the path of not finding who you are, but creating.
Yeah, I
who
mean,
you are.
yeah, it could well be that. Yeah. I mean, I've always wanted to do something where I'm not saying I'm not a patient person. I am quite a patient person. And you know, this answers this delivers everything that I need to help people in a way that it's not drawn out. It's not impacted. The thing with counselling is that you're always going to feel a lot worse before you feel better, and you don't have to go through that. Because I couldn't have done that, and that's why I didn't go to uni, because it was just too heavy for me. And as much as I want to help people, and I'm happy to talk to anybody, anywhere, anytime, I really am. But it was the amount of me which would have taken up my reserve. Do you get what I mean? Whereas I'm already giving out enough in my everyday life. So then to go and do a counselling course and then counsel people after going through the past few years, it was a bridge too far. And that's what I really love.
And just going back to where you started with this, when I usefully interrupted, you were on the vibe of time and money, and most people get it, and so by me leaping in to kind of curtail that generalisation, I'm now, after we've now deviated from that point, let's come back to it, and maybe a more useful way, in light of what we've just said about that time and money balance that you were about to say, and I don't know how you were going to say it, but maybe a more useful way is, well, yes, Jenny, however, I accept everything that you said, though there's a time and money balance for all people, and for me particularly at the moment, because money can be an issue sometimes, and time can be an issue, and I'm juggling those two concepts regularly, and sometimes that's not conducive to my sense of freedom. I don't know how you would say that now in light of what we've just said, but tell me of your time-money balance and how that relates to your freedom and sense of identity.
Well, I think when you're working, when I'm a lot busier, then I'm earning more money when I'm busier. So you have money in the bank. I have money in the bank, but I don't have the time to do the things I'd like to do because I'm too busy working to earn money.
And for what reason do you earn the money?
To make everybody's life, my life, our lives. How many ways shall I say it? So that I can have a better quality of life financially. That I it's so bad, isn't it? That I can have a little bit more be a bit more financially comfortable. Not particularly mega well off, because we're not, but I'd like
you to be mega well off.
Oh, I'd love to be mega well off.
Nothing wrong with being mega well off. What you're saying to me is, I think my interpretation is, when I'm, in one sense, Jenny, I'm happier when I'm busier, because when I'm busier, it means I'm bringing more money in, and money's good because money helps me feel more comfortable, not just me but people around me. Everybody's happier with money, and though money isn't the be-all and end-all, life's pretty miserable without it. So
it can be, yes.
I kind of enjoy being busy, knowing that I'm bringing in good money. Though it does mean that then there's not enough time for me to experience the freedom that I would like. Is that what you're saying to me?
That is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I need to find a balance for that.
Well, let's take the need out of it. Let's take the need out of it. I would like
to find a balance.
I'd like to redress that balance a little.
Okay.
Maybe. We're just experimenting with the vibe. I'm recognising that sometimes it's kind of tipped too much into busyness, and that's great because of the money. Though the reason why I want to earn the money is to give me a better quality of life, and those around me, yes, of course. Though I'm recognising now, by being really busy and having all that money, I ain't got the time to spend the money that I've been making because I've been so busy. And so I just want to kind of redress that balance sometimes, I'm telling myself, so that when I do have some money in my pocket, in the bank, I can also have a bit of chunk of time cut out to say, we're going to blooming well enjoy this money now. Some people call that a holiday, or a weekend away, or whatever. Though it seems to me, and just as an observer, that sometimes your holidays are kind of full on, not always particularly as relaxing as they might be for you particularly.
That is correct. That was a safe response, wasn't it? Yes.
So what are we talking here with freedom and work-life balance and identity, etc.? Is there what's this conflict of consciousness? What's going on here? For what reason are we even talking about this as being a bit of a sticking point? What's wrong?
I feel that it's a time. I feel that at times it's a time restraint, isn't it? For me, I feel that.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Though, if this was a real issue, if I keep having conflict with my partner because I say I'm popping out for a bottle of milk, and then 4 hours later I roll back in. They know me now, it's okay. However, I really like to be different, and it's ruining my relationship. Okay, but in the chair, right, let's do something about it.
Yeah.
Though, if other people are okay with it, and actually you kind of enjoyed it, but it seems to be like a guilty pleasure, then the only person that can do anything about reconciling that behaviour, so we're in new behaviour generator territory, if it really impacts upon you and you'd rather not be like that spontaneous person that you are as part of your identity, then we can do something about that with therapy. Though it seems to me, from an outsider, there's no problem here.
Okay.
And when I broach it with you, well, obviously I want everybody to be happier. How about you? Isn't that what this conversation's about? I want more happiness, more freedom, more mojo, though I can't see where I'd fit that into my life, Jenny. And then it's all about work-life balance and money and freedom and time and energy and partner and just you. Just you. It seems to me that what you've just said is your unconscious talking, saying, we do get a little outing every so often. So sorry about that, everybody.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
And how about you said to yourself, do you know, that's okay.
Yeah, that's what I need to be doing.
That's my spontaneity.
Yeah.
And I stand up for my mojo. That occasionally, I'm sorry, it doesn't involve anybody else. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to continue to do it. And this is how I know I'm loved, because sometimes I don't behave how you would like me to behave, and God bless you, you still love me anyway. And you know that because you know that's what I need. Deep down, you might actually understand I need that. Though on the surface, we might say, do you know, I'll try and come back on time this time. Yeah, whatever. Go and enjoy it. Yeah? So, when there's a real issue, and when we uncover issues that are ruining somebody's life or stopping you from expressing to yourself the identity that you wish to be evident within yourself, then it's an opportunity for therapy. Now, maybe at the moment either we haven't touched upon exactly what could be addressed, or there actually is no problem.
Okay.
I do think that there is, because I can see it in your eyes when I just said that.
Yeah, but I'm not sure.
And
No, I don't know. I'm not sure.
And that's when we say, okay, you're not sure, but there's a part of you that is. There's a part of you that knows how to help you with this situation. So when the therapist and the client don't know, there's a part of you that does know. And thank goodness you're here sitting with a hypnotherapist, because that part of you that does know how to help you can help you in this situation when you're deeply in trance. Would you like to give it a go? That's where we get to.
Okay.
Sometimes the person goes, and we purposely orchestrate the meta-questioning to the point where they say, well, I don't know. And we say, well, if you did know. And sometimes they answer, blah, 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 blah. And do all that processing and that meta-questioning, and then we ask again, so if you did know, do you honestly don't know? I know the essence of what I want. The essence of what I want, Jenny, is more freedom and spontaneity and laughter and joy. I want more of that mojo back. I don't know where it can fit. I don't know. Okay, so that's what you want. We know the essence of what you want is put you into trance, and let's ask the unconscious mind to craft a way to engage with that feeling more. True change comes about where you can feel entirely different in the same situation. So the environment doesn't have to change, because we often think if we can just change and tweak that environment, if you could just be different, I'd be more happy. If I could
We could just change the conditions so you could be unconditionally happy.
Yeah.
And sometimes, as you know, mojo appears not just because the sun's shining. The mojo appears just because, oh, isn't that the best quiche Lorraine I've ever eaten in my entire life? It's like, oh, this coffee, it's just exactly what I needed at this time. And the fact that somebody just appeared with it out of the blue is even better. That's when the mojo happens. That's like, oh, these eggs are just cooked to perfection. If I was to cook these eggs, they'd be too runny or too hard. How do you do that? Never mind, I don't want to know. I just want you to do my eggs from now on. You know those little moments?
Yeah.
Moments of happiness that aren't scheduled in or shoehorned into a day. Moments that sometimes don't involve our loved one, our partner, etc. And then we can feel a bit guilty. Oh, I had such a good time without them. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. You know, we just did. You know, your unconscious and your creativity was screaming for relief, and you just had to get off on your bike somewhere. And you know, something captivated your attention, and it was just amazing. And you had a fabulous time. But sometimes you don't want to come back and say, oh, I had a brilliant time not being with you.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm going to make sure that all my happy times are only with you forevermore. That's not what this partnership's about. And I hope that by me coming back in such a happy mood, that might elevate your mood, rather than you being upset that I wasn't with you. So I'm so sorry I wasn't with you. This urge, motivation and deep-seated fulfillment that you seek by helping others is very commendable, totally laudable and wonderful to behold. However, put your hand on your heart and go, me. Deep Deeper.
Me.
Feel the vibration. Me. If I attend to my vibe first,
Yeah.
then everything else is going to be better. Everything
Yeah.
else is better when your vibe is better.
Yeah. No, it's definitely true. It is.
So
When
after
I'm on form, then everything does seem
yeah,
a lot better.
so you kind of need topping up, I think.
Yes.
As
that's
we
what
all
I'm
do.
doing. Yeah.
Occasionally topping up so you can come back and shine in any environment you're in. So maybe, I think, put me right if you need to, that maybe your topping up of your vibe needs a bit of attention from time to time. Beyond having the massage and the hot stones and the Reiki, etc., something else. There's something else for your fulfillment that's lacking at the moment.
Yeah.
It's okay to not know what that is.
No, I don't actually know what it is, but I know I feel it. I feel
Yeah.
that I am feeling sort of unfulfilled in some aspects, I think, and this is why I'm here doing this. And I think doing this course, and I think will give me bring me a bit more identity. This is something that's for me.
Is it sort of
Not having a lighter load, but approaching the load in a different way.
Yeah, which is the meta questioning
Yeah.
is. I mean, have you been inspired by the meta questioning discussions in that there's a different way to ask a question?
Yeah.
You as a therapist don't get pulled down in the same way as
Yeah.
you might do in counselling.
Yeah.
And that somebody says they feel a certain way. When did you first feel that way?
Yeah.
And how do you feel? feel. This is a different approach. And whilst we do ask about the feelings, we kind of think, oh, how can we morph that, transcend, transform
Yeah.
that feeling into something lighter, happier, more manageable, and use the past as a springing off point into, now that we've had that, how do we want things to be in the future? Or very future focused rather than overly examining where it all came from and who was to blame and who might you need to apologise to, and let's lighten that with the meta questioning. It's a different approach. How did you feel when you were... How did you feel? What did you think and how did you feel when you were going through those meta-questioning ideas earlier on?
How you gonna feel?
When you then trying certain ones on for size?
Yeah, I think I'm sort of getting it slowly.
Would you like to just very quickly, because we are at lunchtime now,
Yeah.
just for 2 minutes, meta-question me about something?
Better question you about something. What about anything?
So, yeah,
You give me a scenario.
I'll give you a scenario. Right. I've been experimenting lately with different painkillers because I've got this terrible situation with my hip.
Okay. This is it. Is it like under pressure? Will I feel like
so way that you cannot get it wrong.
Okay, so
How do you help me to feel better in this situation where I'm telling you I've got a terrible situation with my hip?
I'm just trying to think not to go down the counselling things. I know I probably am. So when did your hip? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's not wrong. It's just notice how I feel about what you say.
Okay. It's okay. So okay. When did it start?
Middle of last year.
Can you recall what changed for your hip to start?
Yeah, I was just going across from Russell's Hall training department to the canteen, and I had like an electric shock in my hip, and I thought, oh, what's that then? And then I ended up going over to the main hospital, to the physio department, and that's him rambling, and they then basically gave up on me. That's what they do, that you're going to have to go to trauma orthopaedic, and it'll probably end up in a hip replacement. And it was such a shock. I thought, okay, right. I just had a little niggle on my hip. Oh, and now, yeah, so it started the middle of last year. This is what clients do.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm being honest and I'm being a client at the same time. So. And I've got this terrible problem with my hip.
So you've been referred to the orthopaedic.
Yeah, it's all been sorted out as well. I'm just ending up on all these painkillers and stuff, and it's just apparently never going to get better.
So do you believe it's not going to get better? Is that or not?
Well, I actually believe that it can get better because I've been watching all these YouTube videos about people who've regenerated their hip actually. So now that you've mentioned it, I don't believe that I am destined for...
I'm still missing a bit of a trick there.
No, you did.
What's that?
Took me from feeling terrible to actually this is...
Yeah, well, all I would say is, I'm not sure either of you even knew where you were headed.
No.
Because you said you have a problem with the painkillers. Okay, and?
Yeah.
Do you want to be off your painkillers?
Yeah.
Do you want to be on different painkillers? Do you want me to stop the pain? It's like, what's the outcome?
See, I need to be asking more questions, don't I? And it's just general, and I think it's because I'm concentrating more on the meta questioning, as in there's like asking just generalised questions like, yeah, do you want to get off the painkillers?
I suppose that's exactly what Kasper said.
Yeah.
He said, you missed a trick, I missed a trick, we both missed the trick here. And the trick is to listen to the person as if you're the most compassionate person in the world, but also then to go straight away in your own mind to what's the outcome? What's the outcome? How will they know this has worked?
What's the
what
outcome?
Do they actually want?
Yeah. And why aren't they getting it?
Yeah.
What's the outcome and what's stopping them?
She's talked about having a terrible problem. What do you mean, pain? When you say terrible problem, what do you mean? It hurts. Okay. So you just take painkillers, don't you? Oh, well, if I take the painkillers, then I'm zonked out like a zombie, so I don't want to take them. So you want to be in pain? No, I don't want to be in pain. So you start to have this to and fro.
Yeah.
Oh, so you'd like to be dealing with that pain in a different way? Yes. Okay, I can help you with that.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. And that's it. Yes, meta questioning, but with a point.
Yeah.
The point being, how am I going to help this person? What outcome do they want? They don't know themselves.
Yeah.
Even Jenny is going to just moan about having a terrible situation with him. When you say terrible, what do you mean? And then they'll ramble, and you'll be thinking, I'm lost in the meta question. What's the outcome? What's the outcome? What's the outcome?
Okay.
And Kasper's sitting there going,
What's the outcome?
they haven't got an outcome yet.
Yeah.
You can shortcut it humorously, like with you do with the cigarettes. I want to stop smoking. Okay, I can do that right now. Give me your cigarettes. With the hairdressers, it would be okay. All right. I'm just going to call up the bulldozers. We'll get rid of that building for you.
Yeah.
And your hip's hurting. Well, what if you got your hip taken out then? And then by giving what they already think is the problem, it's the hairdressers, it's the cigarettes, it's my hip, and then saying, okay, get rid of that then. The problem's gone.
Quite attached to it.
Then they start embellishing, well, I can't do that, can I? Because it's not why they can't stop smoking. It's why do you want to pick up the next one? It's not, well, even if you got rid of that hairdressers, I'd have to go past all the rest of them, wouldn't I? Okay, it's not just that hairdressers, it's all of them. Okay, we'll just get your hip replaced. I can't do that, I'm scared of the doctors. There's a horrible thing that happens.
Yeah.
You're getting to the nitty gritty.
What do you want?
Tell me now.
What do you want? What is it that you want? And what's in my power to help you get what you want? And the wonderful thing with you, Jenny, is that you've realised several times, oh, I think it's about me. And you go, all right with this.
Well, what do you want? No, really, what do you want, and for what reason have you not done it?
Yeah.
Because there must be a reason, otherwise you wouldn't have done it.
That's outcome framed.
Yeah.
That's not blaming yourself or anybody else. It's focusing on the outcome.